Hi, everyone. This is the Women's Eye podcast. I'm Stacey Gualandi, and welcome back. And welcome to our Women's Eye community. In honor of Women's History Month, we are bringing back outstanding guests from the past who have made history and prove it's possible to find new ways to improve people's lives. Like our friend and my former fellow Detroiter, Treger Strasberg, the founder of Humble Design, a humble nonprofit that furnishes homes and hope for those emerging from homelessness. Hello, stranger. How are
Oh,
you?
so nice to see you. It's been forever.
It has, but it's so great to have you back. And you're in San Diego now, correct?
I am. Here I am in sunny San Diego and moved here in 2017.
Wonderful. Well, I'm so excited to talk to you, and we're going to get to all of the fun things that you are doing. But first, this episode is brought to you by Casco Financial Group in Phoenix, Arizona. Casco president Catherine Scrivano started her business to help people create the financial strength to achieve their dreams. And I would say this young lady has achieved her dreams. The first time we met Trigger, wow, 14 years ago. The last time we did this was in 2018, 18, or I'm sorry, 8 years ago, if I can do the math. Now, this entrepreneur, public speaker, mom, wife, an Emmy nominated TV host with your hubby, Rob, turned empathy into action that continues to this day to bring people together and make lives better. Her original mission has never wavered: design with dignity. So, all right, I can't stop bragging about you, Trigger. But I mean,
We've come up together. We've come up like we've watched the whole process.
I know it's amazing, but I mean, what you have accomplished in a relatively short amount of time is incredible. And kind of we said before, how quickly this time has gone. Would you have ever imagined that you'd be here now? Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, my life has taken so many fantastic twists and turns. It's been a real roller coaster. But if you had asked me when I was younger, um, what I wanted to do, first of all, I didn't know that this existed. So of course I wanted to do this, but I didn't know that this existed. But I have had such a great time, and I've gotten to do so many cool things. I mean, it's been crazy. It's been fun.
Yeah, because not only have you created a business, I mean, you were on camera, you became a TV
I
star.
got
I
to be
mean,
Kelly Clarkson like 7 times last year. I mean, bowl me over, just push me down. I'm literally, I don't take it for granted, not for one day. I'm always taking geeky photos in the back of some green room. I for sure do not take it for granted.
no, I think it is amazing. And for people who don't know exactly what humble design is, I mentioned briefly that you're basically providing furnishings for homes for people. This would be individuals, families, veterans who are transitioning from homelessness and are literally coming into this brand new situation. I mean, you're changing their lives, and you've been doing this for for so many people. But
I mean, yeah, we got a little ahead of our skis, but basically, what I did my very first day at Humble is what we still continue to do. We make friends with people, we understand what they want, what they need, and we bring them a house full of furniture and decor items that represent them, that feel like that the house belongs to them, and that their empathy and dignity can be intact inside that home, and they're not just thrown some charity. It's really actually a partnership.
this wasn't something really that, like you said earlier, like you weren't. This wasn't in your game plan. I mean, at the time, if you weren't doing this, what would you have been doing right now? Do you think?
Well, I was a graphic designer. That's how I started my life in graphic design and advertising. And that's what I thought I was going to do. And that's where I thought my pathway was. And that's where I was actually, what I was doing when I met my very first client, who confided in me that she was homeless with 2 children. And my life took a very fun left turn from there.
I was gonna say yes, but it's been so rewarding, and I love this because you gave me some. So since 2009, I mean, you have done over 4,200 homes furnished with dignity. 7,600 children no longer sleeping on the floor. I mean, 444 veterans. I mean, the statistics are incredible. And you're not stopping. I mean, this
Ended up
is
being
now.
about I'm sorry, I was just gonna say it ends up being about 12,000 individuals since we started, which is like blows my mind. But we are not stopping. We do anywhere between 3 to 4 homes a week. We've furnished homes within 5 states. Right now we're opening Cleveland, Detroit, San Diego, Chicago. And we do projects all over the country. We, like I said, we did the TV show, which is so fun because it's like that move that bus moment where people come home and they cry and we get to share their home with them. And now we're looking at starting an organization to help fund Humble that has a portfolio of affordable housing, so we can take the dignity and empathy that we extend to the inside of the house and extend to the outside of the house, and make sure that we are covering more of the continuum of care and the wraparound services when it comes to our clients.
And that's called Homes by Humble, right?
Mm-hmm.
This so is it something too where this was such a great idea that it just keeps expanding, expanding, expanding because it's something that's needed, sadly. And it wasn't, I don't know if this was something that did exist. And like, this is something you filled this hole that was badly needed.
Well, so when I started, I gathered furniture for one family that I was very close with. And then when I was done, I tried to give the furniture that was an excess that was donated to me to another organization that did this, that didn't sell the furniture, but actually furnished people's homes who were coming out of homeless shelters. And I called around in Detroit, and the answer was our social workers, when they find a client that they really like, they get money together to buy them an air mattress.
Oh, and
That
and
was the
that's what their
program.
start. Yeah, that's
So I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know at the time how rare it was to find a hole in the continuum of care. Like that is actually a very rare thing, but it not only does not exist in Detroit, it just doesn't, on a large scale, it doesn't exist, which is kind of crazy because you and I both know how much stuff we have,
oh
like
yeah.
how much the democratization of design. You have $150 coffee table and that you replace every 5 years. Like it is a lot of stuff. And we have 60,000, 30,000 to 60,000 square foot warehouses, and they are filled to the top with donated furniture, to the top. And we do 3 full homes a week, right? In each city. So we all
Fantastic.
know how much stuff is there. We all know how many people need and are sleeping on the floor and don't have anything. And the bridge between those, oh, I'm trying to get my hands in the frame. The bridge between those two issues has not been, other than Humble Design, there's no real nationwide system that's been built.
Unbelievable. And it's taken you because obviously you've been running this from day one, but you have are you still at the helm? I know that you've kind of passed the baton to another lovely woman in terms of this. Is that so that helps you to kind of expand in other areas with this whole idea or this whole business or nonprofit, I should say?
Remember, I was telling you how I get to do all this kind of really cool stuff now.
Yeah.
One of the things I got to do is I got to go back to school and I got my master's. And in that process, what I started to realize that there is a real thing called founder syndrome. It's a real thing.
Founder syndrome.
1%
Oh.
of nonprofits who are founder led survive more than 10 years. And it's true in corporations if you research this founder syndrome. And because this personality is really the driver of an organization, when the personality gets burnt out or moves on or whatever, it can go away. And I would be darned if that's going to happen to Humble. Humble is bigger than me. It creates community. It draws in thousands of volunteers a year. Like I didn't want to see it go away in any way, shape, or form. So I already had an incredible group of women working with me at Humble Design. And over 2 years of when I was getting my master's, we slowly decided what the plan was for the handoff. Yes, my CEO, Jennifer Dutch, is a superstar, but she has a cohort of about 7 women in our national team that we've handed it off to. And it is like Camelot. It's like the greatest group of people in the whole world. And we have lots of employees across each city, but this national team is really just a fantastic group of people who have taken the helm. And I stepped down as CEO in December, so it'll be a year and a couple months, and they are just gangbusters. So now
That's
I get to do
fantastic.
the fun stuff. I get to speak to you, and I'm writing a book, and I
Oh,
get to
fabulous.
go on the
That is
speaking
so
circuit.
funny that you said that because I was thinking, God, she should, because you've done, the TV show Welcome Home. but I'm thinking, yeah, you have a book in you. There's got to be something so fantastic. And this is just about your personal journey as it relates to humble design as well.
And also, like, people always ask me, like, so what do we do? Like, homelessness is a real issue in this country. Like, what have you learned? What do we do? And we actually had a study. UCSD did a study on humble design, and our success rate of keeping people sustainably housed is off the charts, like unheard of. In fact, so much so that they had to, like, we gave them our stats, and they're like, "There's no way."
Because
So
you're at like 97, 98% where they stay housed, where they don't go back, or what is it? The recidivism rate is
right.
low.
And it can be across the country, it can be as high as 50% as people go, once they get housed, go back into a homeless situation. So the amount of success that we have in keeping people sustainably housed is kind of crazy and unheard of. So I have learned a lot about what it is to be unhoused, about individuals who are going through just awful situations, and where this country has failed, the systems that have failed. So it's a little bit about that, about like what I think we can do. We are have the wonderful opportunity to not only understand homelessness in one city, but across the country. We are gathering data, and making sure that we make informed decisions across this entire country. And the landscape is different, but it's a lot of similarities. So I delve into a little bit about what our solution sets might be, and also why it's really important to start thinking about these systems from the human first, centric, human centric systems rather than
That's
data.
not necessarily how it's been done,
No,
or
and you
no.
can see this in a lot of ways. When you walk into a homeless shelter or a continuum of care or a social service, it is sterile, cold, and really depressing, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a data centered approach of like, how many people can we process? How many, what is the cheapest way that we can make this happen? And when you do that, you perpetuate the system that you're trying to solve for. When people see themselves in a way that feels undignified and unempathetic, they start to believe that about themselves. And so
Mhm.
part of the success that we've had is to, when you ask people what they like and what they want in their home, and then you show them that they're being listened to, that they're seen, and then their community wants them there and loves them, everything changes. Mental health changes, financial landscape changes, their rate of success of staying in the house changes, the grades improve in the house. It's incredible how much this study has proven out that just a little bit of human centered, um, community and design can change lives.
It's you see this whole ripple effect, really. I mean, and it makes so much sense, but it's incredible that it isn't necessarily hasn't been done that way, or that you want it to be replicated so quickly everywhere if possible. Because here in Las Vegas, there's clearly a yeah, I mean, there's a severe homeless problem. So even something like coming into Nevada, I mean, how hard is it to expand though into another location? Because you said 5 states, four major cities. How difficult is that if I wanted to say, let's do Las Vegas?
Well, first of all, we don't hold the patent on helping people. Like, if you want to get started, I started in my garage. I started helping people. I'm happy to help anybody who wants to gain some knowledge on how to do this.
Yeah.
And you don't have to start with a 30,000 square foot warehouse. That was something that we grew into. And I don't want people to feel intimidated by the size of Humble Design, because Humble Design is one person at a time.
Yeah.
However, to create an organization that is on par with doing 3 homes a week, we need a lot of warehouse space, we need trucking, and we need employees. And to do that, we need either one donor, or we need a group of people to get together and figure out how to make that happen for us. In Cleveland, it was Progressive. Progressive Insurance said, we love this idea. We love it for our employees to come down and volunteer at. So Progressive really held our hand and put us into Cleveland. So that was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
San Diego was a cohort, different people. When we did the TV show here, we pieced it together with different donors, and a bunch of people got together and said, "We want you here," and then it worked. So I would say it is a work that either we can talk about in progress, or we can just get going.
Yeah.
We can tell you how to start. If you want to start with one family, I can tell you how to get that going.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It'd be interesting to because it's a world I know nothing about, and I'm not great at decorating, but I'm kind of minimalist. But no, I just feel like that could be a really interesting thing to carry it on. But I think there was one time or a while back that you once Russ, is this just a band-aid, or do you think you have created real change? How do you feel about that?
So I often say, like, if this program doesn't change anybody or have any real systemic change, I would still do it because it brings joy, and it brings joy to not only the people who we redo their homes or furnish their homes, but the people who get to volunteer and go down, and it adds some love and tenderness into my life and fills my happy bucket.
Yeah.
But I always had a kind of a inkling, like I had a dream that it actually does make a really big difference in somebody's life. That was always the dream. And then when UCSD did the study on us, they took a chunk of our clients and they asked them 160 questions, ranging from mental health, financial health, economic well-being, and they just touched upon all the different aspects of your life. And we have improved people's lives on every level of those. What it showed after
Wow.
160 different topics is that people have more community. They have a better financial outlook. They feel more at peace in their home. They feel better about themselves. They feel better about being a parent. They feel more seen, more heard. They stay where they are. They eat better. They sleep better. And so, what I had in my heart was the hope that it was actually making real change. But now it's a data set, it's proof.
Yeah.
And I will say, for me personally, it has changed my life in so many different ways. It's changed my children's life. I am a changed person because of it. And all of the wonderful people, I've done thousands of houses now where I get to meet the people who are coming home and the families that are coming home, and I am forever altered. And
They're family as well.
I'm incredibly grateful and humble and just really, I feel like my days are important to me. My life is important to me now.
When you say your life just changed from what to what, do you think?
I think I was just moving forward because I think that, like, when I was you go to school and you go to you get a career and you just put one foot in front of the other, and you're going to have a family. And I always felt that somehow in all of this, it was what I was supposed to do, but I just wasn't genuinely connected. I didn't feel connection. And so when I started Humble, it was because I connected with one person. I decided to lean in and do something. But after that, what spun off was a deep, deep connection to other human beings and my community. And I'm a humanist. I believe that I'm put on earth here to take care of other human beings when I can, and for other human beings to take care of me when I need. And it is been my calling, and it's been so rewarding, so fulfilling.
Yeah, I mean that's what you said too. Just even the fun perks like being on Kelly Clarkson 7 times, but and having the television show. Now, are you still doing the television show Welcome Home, or because obviously I think you were Emmy nominated twice for that, but is there still things like that in the works, or and obviously you still get a chance to go on and do more things visually for other people, because sometimes that's what really makes an impact is people have to see it.
Oh yeah, the videos we have definitely help tell the story. I would love to do another season of the show. We did 26 episodes, and
Yeah.
I was ground into dust. Like I was like, I was nothing. So I was like, hey, maybe we could do like 16 episodes. But I think that when the right partner comes along and we can find a way to do that, I would love to do more shows, especially with Rob, my husband. We had such a good time together,
Oh, you
and
guys are
we
great
still do
together.
it
Yeah.
every day. Like, what the TV show was is what Humble does every day. So it's just
Yeah.
putting the cameras on what we already do, which is really fun. So yes, I would be open to another season of the show. And I think we lost to Oprah twice, which I
Yep.
want another go at it. I want another go at it.
It's amazing, but and again, that was because this is great. I think it's like in your bio. You didn't set out to create a national nonprofit. You didn't plan on establishing a system that would help thousands of veterans. I mean, it's just incredible what what you have done, and that you have created community, because that is, I mean, is that at the core what we should all be striving for? Is I feel sometimes, in a way, sometimes our community seems to be very disrupted lately. So
Yeah.
how important is something like this, that, okay, yes, there is good in this world, you know? Um,
Well, so I speak, I do,
oh,
I
yes,
speak
yes.
at
I want
public
to talk to you
speaking.
about that. Yeah.
So, but I used to talk about like, go big, like start something big. If you see something and now I'm like, I think that that's wrong. Yes, if you have the means and the possibility to do something like giant, like, yes, go for it. I don't want to distract you from that. But I think it's way more important to do one small thing at a time. And that actually will make the biggest difference. So if I can encourage people to do anything, I'll give you an example. We did a veteran home the other day who had two kids, a wife and two kids. And his kids had only known him through homelessness and through a lot of the rocky times. They didn't know him when he was in service to our country. And at the end of so they come in to the home and they cry and they go to their beds and they go read their books and they go jump into their beds, and the father is looking around and he's got tears in his eyes. And at the very end, we present him with a flag,
Oh, wow.
um, uh, folded by somebody very high up in the military. And we thanked him for his service. And his kids, uh,
Oh.
his kids got to see him in that light for the first time, of someone deeply respecting their father and thanking him. And I watched a little boy look at his dad for the first time with like just admiration and deep respect. And you could see something just shift, right? And so I think to myself, like, that's one thing that I did, that I help with today, just one thing, but it is the only thing. It is the best thing. And so if you can just do one small thing, like if you can check on your neighbor, if you can bring over the cookies to the woman who's been struggling, as a single mom, or if you've been meaning to write that letter to somebody who you haven't spoken to in a while, it's that one little thing that you can do that's going to make all the difference and
Difference.
actually make a huge impact in this world.
And you never would think, just that one little thing. I mean, we might think it's just, oh, this nice gesture, but it's huge in the difference that it made for that father and for his kids.
And
But
you never know where it's going to lead. You never know what next step is going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen when I started pulling stuff out of my linen closet for my friend. I didn't know,
yeah.
but here we are.
Yeah, that is, and I'm sure, do you hear from a lot of the people that you've helped over the years? Do you, yeah. Do they keep in touch, and,
Yeah. Yeah. Our very first clients on our board. I run in Detroit. We run into people all the time here. We have communities that reach back out to us and families that we've helped. I've been to the hospital for new babies being born. I've been to graduation.
Ah!
I mean, it's been a celebration really of triumph. It's been pretty incredible.
Fantastic. And then, in the perfect world, when do you think your book will come out? Is that
I'm hoping to publish in June.
in June? Great. Great. And do you have a title?
I think it's called Becoming Humble.
Oh, wow. Or always humble. That is
Listen, I'm
great.
open for suggestions. If anybody wants to, we're at the stage where I could use some suggestions.
Wow, that's fantastic. But you've given us some great tips, but is there any other big tip that you want to leave people with just in terms of your story? Like, you can go back to school, you can start small, and wow, look at what you've done. I just curious if there's any other little piece of advice or a tip that you'd love to leave our viewers and listeners with.
So Mother Teresa said, we can all do small things. We can't all do great big things, but we can all do small things. And I would add to that with great consequence. Because if you drive by something and you say, wow, somebody should really do something about that, it is behoove you to stop and do something about it. Nobody's coming for you. There's no white knight on a horse. You are your white knight. You are the person who's supposed to be doing it. And so it is our responsibility as human beings in this world, especially now that there's so much conflict, to step in, step up, and give what you can, even if it's this much. It is our responsibility as human beings to take care of each other, and we need to really, really take that role very seriously.
Absolutely. And that is, you certainly practice what you preach and you speak on this all the time, right? I mean, if anybody wants to have you come speak, you're available.
I have a website. My name, tregerstrasberg.com. Come in, or Humble Design, come and contact me. I am available for any kind of, if you want to speak to 3 people in a church basement, I will come down.
Oh, really?
If you have 7,000 people at a symposium, I am there for you. So
That
yeah,
is fantastic.
really
I mean,
fun.
but I mean, that's the thing. We can learn from that. And it took living that for you to be able to do that for others. So well, Treger, this was wonderful. Thank you so much. You're one of our stars of Women's History Month. So
I mean, I hope I'm not history yet. I'm still making it, but
you're still making history.
I am so impressed with the amount of talent and really enthusiasm that you've been able to gather on your show. All these women are incredible, including yourself. And so
Oh,
I'm just honored to be lumped into that category. So thank you.
no, I just love bragging about all these amazing women.
I love
So
it. It's
Uh,
incredible and really fun to
well,
listen to.
and obviously, to like Trigger said, to know more about her and to hear her speak, you can learn more about her, obviously, just visiting thewomenseye.com too. And while on the site, you can check out our books, 20 Women Change Makers. Just go wherever you buy books and changemakersbook.com. And we have 20 women storytellers at womenstorytellersbook.com. You'll also find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And be sure to subscribe to our newsletter and YouTube channel. Don't be shy. Let us know your comments, questions, likes, dislikes. We would love to hear from you. Treger, thank you once again. Come back when your book comes out.
Would love that. I would love that. Thank you so much.
Gotcha. And I think I'll be calling you because I'd like to try this in Las Vegas. So
Let's go.
I'll call you. So meet us back here again soon on the Women's Eye podcast. I'm Stacey Gualandi. Remember, it's the world as we see it.